Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss how I joined Juniper Networks. Okay, from like the first like how I applied in Juniper Networks as a TAC engineer, and also I'm going to discuss how the interview went and what type of questions they have asked me. Okay, and in the last we will discuss about our Juniper Master Program, what we recently launched. Okay, so let's start. So let me share my screen. So how many of you want to know from the beginning? Just say yes in the chat. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now, guys. Here you go. Okay, so first of all, when I was like looking for another job change, so I remember I applied this. I think the similar one. Okay, so this is a profile which is Juniper Technical Assistance Center. Okay, so the same you can easily go and check on the Juniper website, or maybe if you go to Naukri and search for Juniper Networks. Okay, so you will be able to see the job post by Juniper Networks. So you can still see they are hiring, and they keep hiring like all 12 months. Okay, so there is no such special month they hire. So they keep hiring people, but lot of people also apply. You can see 435 applications. Okay, and this is for the another team which is CFTS. Okay, I worked in another team which is MXMT. uh, so that is, so we'll discuss about all these things. Okay, so similar work, but little bit the team has a difference. Okay, so we'll discuss about that. Okay, so I applied for this position. So the first thing happened, the that I got a call from HR, and the HR itself asked me some technical questions. Okay, so those were very basic, around 10 to 12 questions. So what I remember, so they asked me like OSPF protocol number. So what is the OSPF protocol number? Okay. So, or maybe they asked me, okay, tell me something, how many packets in DHCP, something like that, DSCP messages. So they were specifically asking about the DORA process, discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. So, so I remember the HR asked me, what is ARP, something like that. Very basic questions. It is like if I'm taking an interview of very fresher guy, okay, which is, so HR are not technical. I hope you remember, but I think they got 10, 12 questions from the technical managers that, okay, please only call people who answer these basic 10, 12 questions. Okay. So once I cleared the first rounds, then she arranged a telephonic interview. Okay. So this is the first step that I applied in Naukri, or you can apply on Juniper Networks website. Okay, and it is not about Juniper Networks. I'm telling you, you can apply the similar way to Cisco. You can apply to whatever company you dream of. Okay, so you have to apply to their website or maybe to the job portals. And if your resume has the same keywords what they are asking, so definitely you will be getting a call. So if you are not getting call, it means the jobs you are applying. Suppose if I'm applying for this job, so these skills are not in my resume. Okay, so if I add these skills in my resume, so the job description and my resume should have the similar keywords. So if we have similar keywords, then only my resume will be like on the top of the list, and automatically HR or recruiter is going to call me. Okay, so what happens in all the company or in all the job portals today, so they have some special artificial intelligence or algorithms. So by, so you can see what I was showing you, that this job, almost 435 applications in this job. But do you know, only I think 25 to 35 applicants will be shortlisted by the job portal itself, and the 400 people will never come in their shortlist because the Naukri algorithm is going to check your resume plus what the skills they are asking. If your resume plus job description have the similar keywords, what we call relevant profile, then only you will be getting calls. So the people who say I do not get calls, I apply daily. So it means the jobs you are applying and your resume keywords are not mapped. Okay, so you need to enter all these skills in your resume. Okay, and obviously you should know these topics as well. Okay, so this is the thing. And now, so when I cleared the HR round, so this was my job description. Okay, so this was given to me that I was supporting or something. So just ignore these. These are my responsibilities if I get a job. So first, my goal was to clear the interview, right? So now you can see that require the Bachelor of Computer Science or BTech or maybe any engineering degree if you have. Okay, so it is in some jobs it is a requirement. Okay, requires. So some companies definitely hire graduation in like engineers only, and some companies they hire BCA also or maybe some normal graduates also. Okay, but yes, uh, the Juniper Networks is one of the finest company in the for the network engineers. Okay, so now you can see candidate who have extensively worked on troubleshooting, implementation, and support of large networks. Okay, so I worked with Vodafone UK, I worked with Vodacom South Africa earlier. Okay, so that was my projects in my first company when I was working with Arisent. Okay, so because I worked in ISP, and that's why like my resume maybe got shortlisted and all, right? Also, previously I worked with Apple and TCS, few other companies as well. Okay, so overall my profile was good, but now it's time to showcase my technical skills. Okay, so first skill is a resume skill. Okay, so take away for today that the first thing that you should know how to make extraordinary resume. Second, how effectively you apply jobs. So once you get a call and all, then after that, the third thing comes, which is like your technical skills, how you are prepared for. Okay, and mostly all companies give you time like 2 days, 3 days to get prepared. So I think in my first, I remember in my first interview, it was a basic interview. Okay, but they asked me again the basic interview like OSI model, TCP, UDP, okay, maybe ARP, address resolution protocol, okay, ICMP, or so means they ask not very basic but basics in detail. Okay, so suppose if I'm answering that ICMP protocol, like ping and trace route work on ICMP. So if I'm sending a ping request, that request has a type. What is that type? Okay, so echo type 1, echo type 2, which is called echo reply. Okay, means basics, but in detail. They keep asking. The more you answer, the more they ask. Okay, this is the thing. And packet flow. So packet flow in every, whether you are applying for routing switching jobs, whether you're applying for Juniper, Cisco, anyone, mostly everybody wants to know about your knowledge in the packet flow. Okay, so packet flow you cannot learn by just reading the Wireshark packets, to be honestly. If you are know what is inside the packet, that is you know inside headers and all. Okay, but packet flow is something, if I'm sitting here, if my packet is going to google.com, how my IP address is going, okay, or how routers are checking my IP addresses in the routing table, what is safe, or any company which uses some other tables. Okay, means they want to understand the complete packet flow. Okay, like how my computer, if I don't have the destination MAC address because that's outside the network, I'm going to apply my router MAC address in the destination MAC address. But if I don't have the default gateway MAC address, right, then I have to broadcast that packet in my layer 2 network. Okay, so then we will find my router IP, then the router gives me ARP reply, then I create that entry in my ARP table, then again I forward the packet with the destination IP, but the destination MAC will be my router IP. From router to router, like router 1 to router 2, how the packet is flowing. Okay, so router also has MAC address on their interfaces. So it means you need to understand the packet flow. But yes, in the first interview, it was not that intensive. It was like basic interview, basic rounds, but it was little bit in depth. Okay, more than CCNA, but less than CCNP. I would say first interview. Okay, so that was the thing. And these are the things they were asking, that I should have packet flow knowledge, OSI layer, ICMP, TCP, GRE, quality of service, IPsec, VRRP. Okay, so my strong point was IP routing protocol. I was like very confident that I will be able, because I worked with many of the ISP. So my OSPF, BGP, all these protocols, ISP, OSP, BGP, MPLS and all. So that was quite good. Okay, so I was confident, basic, because I'm a trainer also from last 10 years, more than 10 years. So my basics are also very strong. Okay, even I did my CCNA, CCNP in my college days. So I'm in Cisco from last 13, 14 years. Okay, so if you talk about my learning, okay, so in 2018, 19, I cracked this interview. I think 19 initial Feb. So you can say 2019 initial February month. So till that time, I also had almost 8 to 9 years experience as a Cisco trainer, plus worked in a lot of companies. Okay, and the switching protocols were very good. MPLS was good. Okay, so definitely in some protocols which may be like very advanced. Okay, we'll discuss EVPN and all. So in some topics, I was also lacking at that time, 2019 and all. Okay, so but this was the job description given to me. Okay, and now after clearing my first telephonic interview, so what happened? So they just confirmed that you have to come Bangalore from Gurgaon, and they have booked my cab tickets. Okay, all 4 or 5 cabs from my home to airport, airport to then flight. Okay, and this was the flight tickets. They have booked my flight tickets to not join. They have booked my flight tickets to just come for interview, and from Gurgaon to something like, means one side it was like I think 11,000 flight. Okay, if you talk about round trip, around 25,000, almost 25 to 30,000 they are just spending on the like candidates. Okay, just to come for the interview, and the whole day they have taken my interview. Okay, I remember the first, again it was a basic round where they keep asking about the OSI model, basic questions like, oh, not OSI model. Nobody asks OSI model. Okay, normally they ask when I talk about OSI model, it means they are asking like basic questions. Okay, maybe ARP or maybe packet flow or something like that. Okay, ICMP, packet TCP question, windowing, or maybe normally questions I remember from ARP. Okay, so they asked me, okay, what ARP is, a layer 2 packet or layer 3? Okay, so then you need to think of also, it is a layer 2 or a layer 3. Okay, so when I say layer 2, then the interviewer asks me, oh, layer 2. Then I just change my answer, oh, layer 3. Okay, so means we need to confident enough it is a layer 2 or layer 3. If you say layer 2, then prove it why it is layer 2. Okay, if you say layer 3, then prove it why it is layer 3, not layer 2. Okay, so these are the things basically we keep discussing in the interviews. Okay, so around basic interview, and then they ask me some basic OSPF general questions and some BGP basic questions. So it was like basic round, and that was taken by my colleagues. You would say the company, the team I am joining in, they were like my colleagues. The first round was taken by, maybe you can say, colleagues of Juniper Networks. Okay, uh, so after that, the second round, maybe a senior one. Okay, the another interview taken by another guy. Okay, then I remember the second interview almost 1 hour, more than that. It was completely OSPF interview. 1 hour of OSPF interview. And why it is going for 1 hour? Because as I told you that I was good at OSPF, and then I'll be able to answer a lot of questions on OSPF. Like we discussed about DR, BDR, we discussed about LSA packets, okay, in detail. We discussed about what we call that, uh, multi scenario based questions. Okay, like if we connect this, means I think that question was related to virtual link. Okay, and these was the questions, and normally I remember mostly was from LSA. Okay, so I remember one question that if you are if router one is connected to maybe router two, and router one is also connected to maybe router three. So tell me how many router LSA will be generated. Okay, so the answer was three. Okay, means you need to check how many routers are connected and they are in the same area. Even if it is 100 routers, even it is 7, 10, 20, if all routers are in same area, so your answer should be number of the routers which are connected in the same area. If it is 7, then answer is 7. Okay, because router LSA is generated by all the routers within the area and it do not cross a different area. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 5 router LSA in this. This is the answer. If but they should be in the same area, right? So that was a little tricky question. And then normally people ask about this state. Normally favorite question of interviewers, like X start exchange. What happens if we are stuck in X start or exchange? So normally it is a MTU issue. Okay, MTU issue, because MTU goes in DBD packet. MTU goes in because if you answer, normally everybody cram this question. Okay, if router stuck in Xstart exchange, there is MTU issue. I answered the same. Then they asked me why. Okay, because MTU goes in the DBD packets. Okay, DBD packets are going in the start and exchange, right? And if DBD, if MTU has a issue, the DBD packets will not actually fully exchange, right? That's why we stuck in the start exchange. So the answer is DBD, MTU goes in DBD and we will not be able to complete the DBD process. That's why router gets stuck in the start exchange. Okay, so these are the things what you normally do not learn in CCNA, CCNP things. Okay, when you go for interviews and then when you fail the interviews also, then you come back and study hard. And then this is how we keep going on. And scenario based the question, normally nobody can teach you scenario based question. The even trust me, the only thing what we need to learn is clearing the concept. Because if you are cramming things, like suppose if I talk about in my initial days, I used to just cram the packet. Okay, suppose OSPF has packet. So I remember, okay, OSPF has down, init, two-way, X start, exchange, loading, full. But if anybody asks me in very early of my career that why we have two-way, what is the use of two-way? So I was not able to answer that time, like in my initial days. But then two-way, then I got to know. So then most of the things I got to know. Okay, it means when you are going for any big company, okay, so you need to have the complete understanding of the topics what you mention in your resume. Okay, obviously, if you do not mention on a resume, your resume will not be shortlisted. And if you write on resume, then you will be able, if you do not have the complete understanding, you will stuck in the interviews for the big companies. Okay, normally, like this level I was talking about, like normally X start exchange or these things, the basic you may be able to clear. Okay, but very advanced thing, like I told you, like an OSPF interview, they asked me like bits, like what is I bit, M bit, MS bit. Okay, what is P bit? Okay, what is NSSA? How router comes to know it is NSSA, not NSSA, what we call stub router. So how router understand it as a stub router? Because in OSPF there is a bit, okay, so which tells the router is a stub or not. Okay, so we send when a router becomes stub, it send a special message to other routers that I am a stub. Okay, kind of. So these are the things I remember. Okay, so that. So after that, I think the third or fourth round, I think I have given 4 or 5 interviews at the same day. Okay, and the flight was, I think, from this was a return flight, but I think I reached 9 a.m. in Bangalore, 9, and then 9 to 10, 10:30, I went to Juniper Networks office. Okay, from 9:30, just have with the some breakfast offered by Juniper, and then my interview started at 10:30 or 11, I remember. Then 11 to 12, then 12 to 1 something. Then again they give you some afternoon lunch and all, and then they have again taken the interview, like maybe I remember BGP questions, MPLS questions. Okay, so in the third round, it was very like the level was little more advanced. So the first level was level one, like we play games, right? Level one normal, level two is like more intermediate or more of intermediate, and the third was like from intermediate to the advanced level. Okay, so this was the journey, and they asked me some quality of service or RSVP questions or quality of service, little bit, not too much. Okay, because their main focus was to, if you come till here also, in most of the companies, if you clear till here also, you have a high chance. So I was like RSVP, I was good because again I worked with ISP and all. So quality of service, multicast, it was like more than average, I would say that time. But still they have selected me, and the fourth, fifth round was managerial round. Okay, so manager round was like more of, okay, just discussing about why you want to come Bangalore. If you are in North India, then why you want to shift in Bangalore? So this question was like it's a tricky question to be honestly, because I given the same interview in Juniper Networks in 2016, and they have not hired me that time. Okay, because I asked some I was little off, like even I have cleared that time, they have not invited me with the flight, all those things, just to maybe that time they were hiring urgently, so that's why 2 3 interviews on the phone, and then they just put me in the manager round, and we discussed about the salary and all. Maybe means they keep, every company keep changing their process. So sometimes they take first 2 3 technical interviews, then their manager round will come. In some companies, manager round will come first after HR, because manager wants to make sure if you are like a right candidate, and the company do not waste their engineers time on the technical interviews. Okay, then totally depends, okay, what type of people or what type of project they are hiring. So manager, they asked me direct interview that you are already having good salary, everything good in Gurgaon. Why you want to come in Bangalore? Okay, so that was the thing. So whenever you go to any company, okay, so you need to read about that company very well. Okay, so means whether it is Wikipedia. Okay, so you read about that company, Juniper Networks, okay, established, it's a $5.56 billion revenue, number of employees 11,000. The founder is Pradeep Sindhu. He is an Indian, okay, but he has started everything in US. Okay, so it has given a very you can see Juniper controlled 1/3 of the market for high-end core routers. Okay, so 1/3 of by 2001. Okay, so this is the sum. Juniper controlled 38% okay, of the market of the core routers. Okay, so at present, you can keep reading those things, and they have these PTX 3000 model routers, they have MX series routers. Okay, so Juniper operating system, if you know little bit of Junos, then it would be advantage for you. Okay, so these are the things. Means I'm not saying that you have to read all the Wikipedia, but yes, so I was more of like everything. So when you talk about salary, okay, so this was the eye catching. Okay, so you can see in it's one of the highest paying company in the world. Okay, so it's not that like if people don't know about Juniper Networks, it's okay. Okay, but in India also, like if you talk about the benefits, what they are giving to the employees and all, so it's definitely a good deal. Okay, so you can see these are the days. So I got an offer letter after that. Okay, clearing interviews, everything. Okay, so and some additional. So they have given me very good package. I was very, very happy. It was almost double salary what I was getting in Bangalore. Sorry, Gurgaon. Okay, so accidental insurance and group term insurance. So employee education assistance 1,80,000 means if you do certifications, if you want to learn something, you can claim 1,80,000 approx from the company. So they will give you 1,200 rupees for the broadband. Okay, if you relocate, they will give you 60,000 assistance. Okay, and if you are on call engineer, suppose you have a shift Monday to Friday, but on Saturday, or maybe you are working on Saturday or Sunday, so they will be paying you 4,500 a flat rate plus your salary of that Saturday. Okay, so this is additional plus Saturday salary will be different. If you do not take leaves on holiday, suppose you do not go to Rakhi on your you do not go to your hometown on any festival, maybe Rakhi, Eid, Diwali, whatever, so you will be getting 18,000 per holiday as a paid. Suppose you have 10 holidays in a year, suppose festivals. So if you do not go, so you'll be getting 2 lakh for the holidays only. Okay, so these were the benefits, and they will give you stocks also. So stocks, I think after 1 year, you will be stocks you cannot take out instantly. So after 1 year, you will be able to claim 33% or something like that. So these are called ESOPs, not ESOPs, stock option plan, something. Okay. So so then it's a onboarding. They will ask you your relieving letters, experience letter, highest education degree, PAN card, passport, Aadhaar card, PF, for everything. This, and you do not have to. Obviously, you need to go with the originals, but they start onboarding before you join, because they start a BGP, background verification. They will check your address, criminal check, professional reference check, and please give me professional check. Whom do you trust? Okay, if you feel like your manager is not good in terms with you previously, okay, so just give your team lead number or something like that. Okay, so educational check, previous employment check, emergency. So all these are BGV, background verification. And this was the journey, and I was very happy at that time. And by the way, after joining Juniper Networks, like when you, because at that time it was like bigger than any company for me that time. But yes, it is a tough nut to crack. Okay, lot of Cisco employees also, they dream to join Juniper Networks, and everybody knows the interviews are very tough. Okay, but yes, if you start preparing for Juniper, automatically, like in most other companies, you will be able to get a job. Okay, because right now, if you talk about the core ISP routers, okay, so if you have a plan to get into ISP, okay, so Juniper Networks market share. So you should read like what is what's going on in the market. Okay, and so definitely, so the market is going well. Okay, but for the core routers, okay, so Juniper is doing great. Okay, so you can see the top five router companies, and they have taken the almost for the ISP routers, they have already taken more than one third of the market for ISP routers. Okay, so it means if you go and say, so whether you join Juniper Networks, but definitely there is a demand of Juniper certification, whether it is JNCIA, JNCIS, JNCIP, JNCIE, which is equivalent to CCI. Okay, so these jobs you can say Spectrum, largest telecom, US based network security, or if you just search Junos, so these are the keywords you need to search. So these are unique jobs. Okay, means unique means in terms of if you learn Juniper, then you will be considered a different guy because all network engineers they have only Cisco knowledge and some firewall. Okay, but if you improve your knowledge on their command line, okay, and then it would be advantage for you. Okay, that's the thing, and their content is amazing also. If you talk about certifications, okay, whether it is JNCIA, this is the first level of certification in Junos. Okay, so JNCIA, which is in the enterprise routing and all. So these are the basic things what you have learned in CCNA. Okay, so the more of commands that how you configure the Juniper router, how do you configure basic stuff, EA, OSPF, BGP, static routing, all these things. Then the second level of Juniper is JNCIS, which is specialist certification. Okay, so service provider routing and switching specialist. Okay, so these are the things. So I have also, so if you see me, I think I have, so I have all three. Okay, so JNCIS, JNCIP. Okay, so, and they will be expiring in October 17th. So yeah, so I cleared JNCIA, and maybe that was the reason I got selected. Okay, so this is the thing. So you will learn BGP, okay, IP tunneling, OSPF, all the protocols what they are hiring. Means it would be advantage for you if you go and learn these things. Okay. And recently, like we have started a program, like which is Juniper Master Program. If anybody is interested, so in last 3 4 years, we only taught this JNCIA. This is the first time we are covering all three certifications in one combo batch. Okay, which is Juniper Master Program, what we have created. Okay, so this will definitely add value in your resume. Okay, and if you really want to add on your resume that yes, you know Juniper, or maybe you have a dream to join kind of Juniper type of companies, so you have a chance to learn Juniper Networks, because if you go and attend their official trainings, they are very costly. Okay, so if you just check Juniper GNCIA training, okay, on their like if you talk about the live training, okay, so this will be, yeah, Juniper Learning Portal. So some courses are like basic stuff is free also sometimes. Okay, but if I want to learn properly, so then I will go for the live instructor LED training, right? So instructor LED training, this is 4 days class. Okay, so if companies are paying you, definitely go and join directly from Juniper. So it will cost you just $4,000 for 4 days training on JNCIA. Okay. And so JNCIA, and the similar way, if you go and see the Juniper specialist, so this is the second certification what we are teaching. So again, this is also going to be more than $2,000 approx. Okay. And the third certification, again, this is a 3 days class. And if you go and see that I want to join this, so again, it would be more than $2,000 for 1 day approx training. And this is again not full training. This is the one module of JNCIS. Okay, again, the third one, JNCIP, which is equivalent to more than CCNP. Okay, because it has three certifications. So this is an again 5 days training, and again it is going to be like on the official Juniper. It is again $5,000. So approx 4 6. You will be spending more than $10,000 approx on these certifications. Okay, and so what we are offering, so like the live training, so we'll be offering this at around 90% off, okay, at just $500. Okay, so which is around 40,000 fee. And this will be around 5 to 6 months batch, guys. It's not for 1 month. It is for 5 to 6 months. You will be learning GNCIA, GNCIS, GNCIP. Okay, the similar way the you get devices, you get a labs in our networkings. The similar way you'll be having the labs of Juniper. We will be creating that. Okay, so these are the things, and this is okay. So these are the Juniper routers. What we'll be creating labs like VMX. Okay, so this is the CLI. This will be the Cisco router. So yes, once you learn Juniper, then obviously you can configure OSPF between Juniper and Cisco. You can create these type of labs, and this is how the Junos system will load. And within just 2 minutes, the device will power on. Okay, so the labs will be given also. And by the way, the best part, if you have not learned from me, like if you want to learn OSPF, BGP and all, okay, so yeah, so by the way, this batch already started. We have already done the demo class. Okay, so I'll be sharing that demo class video if you want. Okay, so we have started recently this batch. Okay, so 1 or 2 class, basically we are covering just OSI model, basic stuff right now. Okay, so if you want, I can share that in chat. Okay, so here you go. Okay, so you guys can refer. And this, if anybody is interested, so this batch, we will not be able to add like 50 guys or 100 guys. Okay, so this is only for maximum 15 students. Maximum 15 students. And I think 5 6 admissions are already done. Okay, only this is valid for next 10 students. Okay, and the first come first serve, because after that we will not be able to launch. But yes, if you already enrolled in our all access pass, then this content will be added. If you cannot afford right now, or maybe if you do not feel like I want to join only Juniper, so you can join our all access pass, because this content will be available for the all access pass students also. So what is all access pass? You can contact networkings and check. It has more than 40 plus courses. Juniper, GCP, AWS, Azure, cloud security, everything, all our content is inside that. Okay, so that is the thing. So yes, I'm sharing this link, guys, if anybody is interested. So they can fill a form, and only people who are good at CCNP. They have good knowledge on OSPF, means more than good knowledge. So then only fill this form. If you are basic CCNA, do not join this course. You cannot understand. Okay. So this is only for the people who have knowledge more than CCNA. And if you are 40 50% in CCNP, then also you can join this batch. But if you are beginner, you do not have multi-area OSPF knowledge. If you are beginner, you do not have basic BGP also, then this is not for you. Okay. So more than CCNA knowledge candidates. Okay. By the way, if you feel like it is costly, then I told you it is worth of more than $10,000 in the market. Nobody is teaching Juniper. Okay. And I joined Juniper Networks. I know what is the value of this course. Okay. So nobody in India is delivering these courses. If anybody is teaching, maybe maximum at JNCIA level. Okay. Nobody is covering JNCIS, JNCIP, or maybe up to JNCIE also. Even we are not starting JNCIE, which is the top level, because you do not need. Once you join Juniper Networks, Okay, they will give you the exam coupons. Okay, you do not have to pay for those things. And the best part of Juniper, the certifications are very, very less costly than Cisco. So if you check JNCIA exam discount, so normally it has the same fee what normally you get Cisco, 200 $300. But we will tell you how you can get up to 75 to 80% off, and you will be able to clear the certification at just 50 $60, which is 3 4,000 rupees, and you will get the JNCIA certification. And if there is a what we call, so JNCI, okay, and do not compare Cisco with Juniper, guys, because both has value. Okay, so if you are a beginner, I would still recommend you go and join Cisco. Okay, but if you are more than beginner and you are already on good salary like 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs, or you already stuck, okay, even after doing CCNP, you are not growing, then definitely you should join Juniper course. You should join cloud security courses. Means you need to learn extra knowledgeable things. You need to come out from your comfort zone. If you keep learning CCNP, okay, or maybe just revising your old content again and again and not learning new things, that again, that also a challenge. Okay, so that's the thing. So any questions from Zoom meeting, guys? Amzad, Aniket, Deepu, Nihar, Pratik, Praveen, Ravinder, Santosh. Hello, hello. Session was okay, good.
Good. Very
Thanks.
good at least. Good.
Good, sir.
Yes, any questions?
Sir, I have a personal question, sir. I'm a
Yeah.
student of. Hello.
हाँ हाँ दीपू, बोलो बोलो, आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
सर अभी आ रहा है।
हाँ हाँ आ रहा है, आ रहा है, बोलो बोलो।
एक्चुअली सर मैं आपके इंस्टीट्यूट से नेटवर्किंग से ऑलमोस्ट 2 ईयर से पढ़ रहा हूँ।
हम्म
तो मैं सीसीएनए सीसीएनपी का आपका पुराना अभी जनवरी में खत्म हुआ ना, वो बैच में था।
हम्म
तो और मैं जब स्टार्ट हुआ था ना, तो न्यू कंपनी में ज्वाइन हुआ था। तो
हम्म
वहां पे ज्वाइन होने के बाद फिर मेरे को मालूम पड़ा कि यहाँ पे अभी कुछ है नहीं।
हम्म
नॉर्मली एक सोकस फायरवॉल है और उसी
हम्म।
से ही सब कनेक्टेड है ऑलमोस्ट।
तो ये फर्स्ट जॉब है आपकी?
नहीं सर।
हम्म।
अ, मैं 2017 में बीसीए पास आउट हूँ।
अच्छा अच्छा, तो मीन्स यू गॉट इनटू अ जॉब वेयर यू हैव ओनली सोफोज, बेसिक कंपनी है, बेसिकली छोटी कंपनी है।
हाँ, छोटी कंपनी है। तो
हम्म
मैं 2020 में दिसंबर में
हम्म
एक लैपटॉप रिपेयरिंग के कंपनी थी, उसमें मैं टेक्निकल सपोर्ट में काम करता था। मीन्स
हम्म
सॉफ्ट हार्ड सॉरी डेस्कटॉप सपोर्ट में। उसके
हम्म
बाद मैं फिर एक दूसरी कंपनी में आया, तो वहां पे भी सिस्टम इंजीनियर में लगा। अभी यहाँ पे मैं, मेरी जो प्रोफाइल है वो आईटी एग्जीक्यूटिव है। बट
हम्म
मैं हैंडल करता हूँ नॉर्मल एक फायरवॉल है, उसमें
हम्म
ऑलरेडी कॉन्फ़िगर था
हम्म
सिस्टम। 50 ऑलमोस्ट 30 प्लस सिस्टम है और एक प्रिंटर वगैरह है और आईपी फोन है और कैमरा वगैरह मैं हैंडल करता हूँ। मैं बैंगलोर सेंटर में रहता हूँ।
हम्म
अभी सर आप जो पढ़ाए थे उस समय मेरे को सब याद था। अभी मैं इंटरव्यू देने जा रहा हूँ और मैं ऑल एक्सेस पास भी लिया हूँ।
हम्म।
और पता नहीं, मैं वीडियो देखता हूँ उसके बाद भी फिर मैं इंटरव्यू भी देने
इंटरव्यू,
जा रहा हूँ। मैं
पहले ये बताओ, इंटरव्यू तो हो रहे हैं ना?
इंटरव्यू हो रहे हैं सर, मैं मेरे
हम्म।
से क्लियर ही नहीं हो रहा है। मेरा
क्या
पता नहीं, मेरा
डाउट?
माइंड डाउट है कि सर अभी मैं अच्छे से सिस्टम इंजीनियर में भी आपके यहाँ से मैं एमसीएसए किया हूँ, सीसीएनए किया हूँ, सीसीएनपी किया हूँ और
तो आप
एक
जो,
फायरवॉल।
सुनो सुनो सुनो, मैं समझ गया सारी कहानी आपकी। ठीक है, सो मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ, जब आप जॉब अप्लाई करते हो तो कौन सी जॉब अप्लाई कर रहे हो? सिस्टम की कर रहे हो, नेटवर्किंग के कोर की कर रहे हो, कौन सी जॉब अप्लाई कर रहे हो?
मैं पहले, एक साल पहले सिस्टम में और नेटवर्किंग का दोनों पार्ट के लिए कर रहा था।
अभी
तो
क्या कर रहे हो?
उस, अभी मैं प्रॉपर नेटवर्किंग के लिए कर रहा हूँ। बट
आपके आपके रिज्यूमे के ऊपर सिर्फ नेटवर्किंग लिखी है या सर्वर्स लिखे हुए हैं?
नहीं, अभी तो सिर्फ पूरा नेटवर्किंग। मेरा एक
हम्म।
राकेश मेरा कजन है, वो भी आपके जगह से पढ़ा हुआ है, तो उसी का रिज्यूम ले करके मैं एडिट करके अभी टोटली मैं नेटवर्किंग में ही जाना चाहता हूँ, बट
हम्म।
क्लियर ही नहीं हो रहा है। और सर
मुझे
मतलब
एक काम
माइंड में
करो।
चलता है कभी। हाँ
ठीक है, मैं
सर।
समझ गया। मैंने ना अपना नंबर भेजा है तुम्हें, देखो। ठीक है, मुझे इस नंबर पे ना रिज्यूमे भेजो अपना। ठीक है, मैं चेक करके देखूंगा क्या है क्या नहीं है, और थोड़ा अलग से भी डिस्कशन करेंगे इसके ऊपर। ठीक है, अभी आज के लिए जूनिपर नेटवर्क से किसी का डाउट है? यस, एनीथिंग यू वांट टू आस्क अबाउट द सर्टिफिकेशंस, अबाउट द प्रोग्राम, और एनीथिंग अबाउट? यस गाइस, ऑल गुड?
सर आपने जो हेलो सर।
क्या? हाँ हाँ, निहार बोलो।
सर आपने जो जूनिपर का एक कोर्स दिया था JNCI,
हम्म।
हमको हमारे बैच में सबको दिया था
हम्म।
वही कोर्स।
अभी वो दोबारा आ
वो
जाएगा, डोंट वरी। अभी हमने जो पहले वाला जेएनसीआई था ना, उसका कंटेंट मतलब ठीक था, बट अभी नया आ रहा है। सो जैसे ही वो पूरा कंप्लीट हो जाता है, तो जो भी कैंडिडेट है जो सीसीएनपी में थे एंड ऑल, अगर उनका पोर्टल में है तो उसमें हम ऐड कर देंगे, डोंट वरी। बट यहाँ जेएनसीआई नहीं है, वो फर्स्ट लेवल से जेएनसीआई एस भी है, जेएनसीआई पी भी है। और आई रिकमेंड एवरीबडी हु waiting for the things, just wait for another few. I think JNCA content will be ready in 2 months. Then automatically we will add in the all access pass, and also if we have offer to any CCNP guy and all. Okay. Okay, I think guys, all good for today. If anybody has a doubt, most all of my students, they have my number. Okay, and if anybody is interested, you can fill this form to join the master program. Uh, Okay, and anybody who joined our live access pass, they can definitely join this. Okay, you do not have to pay anything because you already joined our live access pass. Okay, so you can also join. Okay, so thank you guys. Bye bye. See you. So if you are facing issue in clearing the interviews and all, so I think you need to check your resume and send your resume to me. Okay, I'll see.